Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to again present my research work. A randomized control trial comparing the imipenem and tigecycline versus the imipenem, tigecycline, and GM-CSF in patients with SBP and septic shock. And a large number of patients which were included in a Arvetol. It showed that cirrhotic patient had 10-fold increase mortality rates, and 30% increment of mortality was in the first year. And SBP with patients, as patient with SBP had a median survival of 6 months only. And coming to the pathogenesis of SBP, there are luminal factors, increased permeability, and lipopolysaccharides, as we all know, and a defective host immunity causing the decrease in Kupffer cell function as well as mononuclear cell functions, leading to the decrement in chemotaxis, oxygenation, and immune paralysis. So my hypothesis were the addition of GM-CSF to standard antibiotic regimen helps resolve SBP and improve outcomes in decompensated cirrhotic patient by improvement in host immunity and by augmentation of hepatic regeneration. GM-CSF, we know that it acts by priming of the neutrophils and the macrophages, leading to increased granulation and phagocytosis and increased antigen presentation via the increased HLA-RDR representation, differentiation of alveolar macrophages and NK cells, and mobilization of myeloid cells to the periphery and maturation of dendritic cells. And my research objective, primary objective with the resolution of SBP at day 5. Secondary objective is partial or complete response at day 2, reversal of shock, survival at day 7 and day 28, change in ascitic macrophages, population, and neutrophils from day 0 to day 12, development of complications like encephalopathy, AKI, pneumonia, coagulopathy over 5 days. The sample size was calculated with a response rate of 90% with GM-CSF and 60% without GM-CSF after day 5. As per the study by Vikas Prakash sir from our institute only. And with the alpha 5 and power 80, we tried to enroll 90 cases, and 45 patients were enrolled in the both the groups. Allocation concealment was being done by Snow's method. And coming to the study design, we included patient with SBP with shock, and excluded criteria were these: with refractory shock, CKD, leukocytosis, patient already on GM-CSF prophylaxis on other studies. And it is an open label study. The block randomization was done, and study period was 28 days. Complete hemogram routine investigation was done at baseline. Ascitic fluid analysis was done as at baseline, day 2 and day 5. Ultrasound, X-rays, ECG, all the scores, CTP, MELD, organ filler scores like Apache and ClipSOFA scores had been done. And to one arm we gave imipenem plus tigecycline. To other arm, imipenem, tigecycline plus GM-CSF has been given. IV antibiotics was being started within after the start of resuscitation. The vasopressin was being started to maintain a MAP of more than 65. To imipenem dose was 1 gram TDS. Tigecycline was 100 milligram, followed by 50 GM-CSF at dose of 500 milligram over 24-hour infusion. And colistin was being added in both the groups with the prior hospitalization. In other group, GM-CSF was not been given. So total of 62 patients were been enrolled and 60 patients were analyzed with the primary endpoints of resolution at SBP at day 5. Secondary endpoints are response at day 2, reversal shock, survival, change in ascitic fluid metabolites, and complications. The baseline characteristics in both the groups were comparable with the patient with first episode, the patient on beta blockers, Norflox prophylaxis, recent history of antibiotics the last 3 months. Present the pain and abdomen was the most common complaints. These are the ascitic fluid analysis. Both the groups were comparable. And the culture positivity was seen in around 4 patients in the imipenem and tigecycline group, whereas 5 patients in the GM-CSF group. The most common organism was E. coli, followed by Klebsiella, Pseudomonas, and Aspergillus. The blood cultures also showing E. coli is the most common organisms. Urine was showing E. coli. Sorry for this diagram. It is actually the most common is E. coli in both the groups. This is the baseline characteristics in both the groups of the biochemical parameters. And intra-abdominal pressure, SIRS, procalcitonin, CRP were all comparable. Organ failures was the most common organ failure in both the groups were AKI, followed by pneumonia and gut paralysis. The scores were also comparable. CTP score, child C was the most common stage in both the groups. Mild score, Apache 2 and ClipSOFA scores were also been evaluated. The primary endpoints, we found that in patient with imipenem tigecycline, among 30 patients, 22 patients had the resolution of SBP at day 5, and it was significant as compared to the group with imipenem and tigecycline, where only 16 patients, that is the 53% response was seen. As per the response is seen, partial and complete response, there is a total of 90% response was there in the combination group, and both the complete and partial resolution was more in the combination group. The reversal of SOC was greater in the combination, but it was not significant. Day 7 survival was significant in the combination group. Other parameters like the complications like encephalopathy was not significant. Other AKI, pneumonia, lactate clearance was significant in the combination group. What we found is the survival over the 28 days, there was significant difference. What we infer from this graph is that there was much more survival in the combination group. Also, the death in the combination group was after the it was a late onset, that is after around 10 to 12 days. There was delayed death in the combination group, whereas in the only in the imipenem and tigecycline group there was more number of mortalities, and the number of deaths were higher in the first 10 to 12 days. Then Kaplan-Meier graph for AKI showed that there was the mean resolution of AKI was 3.3 days in the combination group, which was significant. And pneumonia was also significant with a mean value of 2.9 days. And this was a baseline. This was the ascitic fluid analysis which was been done in both the groups, which we found that at baseline and after 48 hours in the combination group, they found that decreasement of the neutrophils and macrophages was significantly higher. This was done in only a subset of patients, and only 10 patients included in the combination group and 10 patients in the imipenem and tigecycline group. They found that after 48 hours, the combination group had better reduction in neutrophil macrophages, with 86% in reduction in macrophages and 80% reduction in neutrophils. These are the adverse effects. Most adverse effects is the leukocytosis, which was seen in the combination group. Others adverse effects are as followed. So limitations of my study are radical sample size could not yet been completed, hence the possibility of type 2 errors remains. The multi-organ failure after 1 week leading to the mortality, hence long-term survival cannot be assessed. Development of multi-drug resistance with carbapenems has led to decreased sensitivity of standard medical therapy. An ascitic fluid analysis for type of macrophages could not be assessed, will be done in the subsequent samples. Invasive cardiac assessment like SVR, PVPI was not done universally in all patients. Effect of triple vasopressis was not included. Thank you.